everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at new beginnings that are happening now. I decided to offer this reading because it's the 10th of October, which is the 10th month in the year 2024. And when you add all of these individual numbers together, you get 10, which further breaks down to 1, which indicates that a cycle is ending and a new one is beginning. This is still a timeless reading though, so anytime you come upon this reading, you can watch it. It just so happens that the date is what inspired this reading. So once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is also linked down below in the description box. Let's get a card for you. Okay, so pile number 1, new beginnings that are happening now. For pile number 1, please. Okay, can we have a card for pile number 2, new beginnings that are happening now, please? For pile number 3, can we have a card, please? New beginnings that are happening now. I feel like this one wants to come out. Okay. So pile number 1, you have the Ocean Jasper, and this is your feather card. Okay, pile number 2, you have the Crazy Lace Agate, and this is your feather card. Pile number 3, you have the Lavender Fluorite point, and this is your feather card. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Ocean Jasper, and this is your feather card. Let's go ahead and see what it says. So you have Canary, step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. Well, it's definitely time for new beginnings for you because that's obviously the name of the video, but it says step forward now. So now is the time. Now is the time for you to do something that you've been thinking about. Now is the time for you to do something that you want to do. Regardless of what anybody else thinks about your idea, it's time for you to step out there, show the world what you have to offer, and really embrace these changes. And really, I feel like it's time for you to step out of feeling comfortable. So I feel like for some of you, you've been doing either what you think you should be doing, what other people think you should be doing, or you have an idea of something that you want to do, but you are a little worried about how is it going to work? What if people don't like my idea? How am I going to get all the elements to work together? You know, kind of like all of these what ifs, fears. And Spirit is saying to be gentle with yourself, but also take steps forward. It's time. It's time for you to shine. And it's also time for you to be happy. It's time for you to do something that really inspires you, something that's creative, something that that will really make you feel more fulfilled than you're feeling right now. Okay, so let's look at your other oracle cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, new beginnings that are happening right now? I feel like this card really wants to come out. Forgiveness. So do you have some sense of resentment or a sense of maybe you weren't doing exactly what you should be doing in this life, something that you need to forgive yourself? Because what I'm getting here is that, especially with the moon, is that it's time to move on from where you've been. So it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to allow yourself to grow instead of staying like I feel like you feel guilty about something, or you would feel guilty about pursuing something else, and you don't need to feel that way. So either forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else, which I feel will then allow you to move on and to find your own voice, which is what we have here in your feather card. So let's see what else we have for you. Embrace uncertainty. Yeah, so I feel like remember I was talking about I'm feeling a sense of fear, a sense of apprehension, like a sense of nervousness in my stomach, in my voice, kind of like, or actually it would be your voice, but kind of like, oh, I just don't know, almost like just about to take that step and then saying, ooh, I don't know, and then kind of reeling back a little bit. So what Spirit is saying here is that, especially with the crescent moon here, is that if you have an idea about something, if there's something that's kind of sparked your interest, or if there's something that you think that you would be good at, it's time to move forward. Don't let that fear hold you back, because I really feel for some reason that's very strong in this card, or in this pile. And maybe you need to move on from a situation that you're in. Maybe that's the only way to start this new beginning. So maybe you need forgiveness from someone else, or forgiveness to yourself, because you allowed yourself to be in this situation for too long. And so Spirit wants you to know that it's okay. You know, divine timing can play in mysterious ways. It's okay. Forgive yourself, forgive other people, and embrace that this cycle that you've been in is changing, and it's time for you to move on into something else. Let's look at your other oracle cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 1? New beginnings that are happening now. Angel of Tranquility. See, this card takes me back to the forgiveness card, and also the fear that I feel you have about ending one thing and starting something new. So first of all, don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid in general, because everything's going to be okay. But know that your spirit guides are watching out for you, and know that ending one cycle may be painful, it may be a little bit disruptive, but that's the only way that you can grow, that you can move on, that you can, you know, achieve something new in your life. And this is also number 33, which I know that number comes up a lot for some people. So if that means anything to you, I just wanted to point that out to you. But I also feel here that once you get over the initial fear of moving forward, once you get over the initial fear of speaking up and doing what you want to do, I feel like you're going to have a sense of peace. You're going to have a sense of power, like getting your power back. Angel of Faith. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith that things are going to work out for you. Know in your heart that you are meant for greatness. You're meant to do what you want to do. You're meant to speak your mind. You're meant to put your ideas out into the world. And don't let that fear overtake your thoughts. So anytime that you have a fearful thought of, oh, I don't think I'm strong enough to do this. I don't think this is going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to do this. People won't like what I have to offer. Switch that into having faith, knowing that this new beginning, this ending of a cycle is coming up in your life for a very specific reason right now, because you're meant to move on into something else at this particular moment in your life. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards. Okay, for pile number 1, we're looking at new beginnings that are happening now. Ooh, you have the Tower card. So the Tower card is all about breaking things down, things that are no longer meant to be in your life, the end of a cycle so that you can begin a new cycle. And really, another thing that this means is that this is going to happen regardless of whether you make it happen or the universe makes it happen, because it's no longer meant to be in your life. It's no longer meant to hold you back. It's no longer meant to keep you in, like, it's no longer meant to keep you held down. It's no longer meant to prevent you from doing what you want to do, what you're supposed to be doing. So even if you stay in this situation, if you decide, no, I feel more comfortable staying where I am, you might eventually see a breakdown of the situation because it's just not meant to be in your life anymore. And we have the Lover's card. And, you know, for some of you, I feel like this might be the end of a relationship for you, because if you look at this cake, it's actually like a wedding cake where you have the bride here and the groom here. And of course that can be, like, don't get caught up on genders, please, because it's just representing like a wedding cake, right? And then we have the Lover's card here. So it could be some of you are facing a breakup. Some of you maybe outgrew a relationship. Maybe that relationship, maybe you lost yourself in that, or your main focus was this other person and you weren't focusing on what you really need, what you really want. You kind of lost your voice, and it's time for you to find your voice again, your inner voice, your outer voice. And for others of you, I feel like this represents a situation. Like I said, you've been in a situation that you've been in it too long. You've learned everything you can from it. You've gotten everything you can from it, and it's time to move on. So this could be a job, a career, school, living in a certain town, city, country, environment. And so that together with the Lover's card, you know, that can represent a situation that needs to break down so that you can go into this new cycle. The Nine of Cups, so that you can find your individual success, because regardless of whatever the situation is here, you kind of lost yourself in it. So let's just say if you were working a job that, you know, it was okay. You were able to go to work and get through the day, and then you got your paycheck, but it's like you kind of became a little too comfortable in that role where there's really no movement, there's no progression, there's no, you're not learning anything anymore. And so Spirit is saying that it's time for you to do something that really fulfills you, that really like fills your cup, if you will, something that will bring you success and allow you to grow and allow you to feel a sense of accomplishment that you're no longer feeling here. And also, if this is a relationship that's kind of breaking down, then it's your time to shine. It's your time to find your own individuality on your own, right? Finding your own voice again and healing from this, and really embracing you and who you are and what you want to do in this life. We have the Seven of Pentacles. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you've been evaluating this situation for a little while, or you've had feelings like, I should really look into this. I'm not feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be anymore. And looking at things and seeing that things aren't adding up. If some of you are in a job where you feel like you go to work and then you come home at the end of the day and you are just so drained and so tired, and the money's not adding up to how you're feeling. Like you feel like, well, if I went into work and was making this amount of money, I would feel better coming home and being so tired that I can't do anything else. But, kind of thinking like, is it really worth it? So I feel like if you haven't done that yet, you will soon be doing that. And that, having a job and saying that and doing that, that's just kind of a metaphor, just an example, so that you can look at your own situation and say, oh yeah, you know what? I see how that applies to my life. So let's see what else we have here. The Temperance card. Yeah, there's a lack of balance with whatever you've been doing. It could be, so let's just say, for instance, if you're in a relationship, it may have become more one-sided where you're giving more into the relationship than the other person is giving. It could be that same way in a work environment where you're getting more than what you're getting out of it. And so you're really needing balance in your life. You need... And it could also be that there isn't a work-life balance. You don't have that. It could be that you're just not happy. And so you want to kind of combine working really, really hard, but doing something that is yours, maybe possibly bringing something to life. With the Canary card, and there's power in finding your voice. What is your voice? What would you rather be doing? Let's say if money was just no object, what would you want to do with your time every day? What kind of job would you want? And so trying to see, like, is there a way to possibly make money doing that thing instead of being in an environment that's not really giving back to you what you need in your life? Okay. We have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, regardless of your situation, it's not adding up. You feel like you're putting in more than you're getting back. And whether that's true or not, that's how you feel. And you can't continue to feel that way, because that's just going to keep taking you down and taking you down. And that's when you have the Tower moment, where either you're going to make a decision to change this, or the universe is going to do it for you at some point, because the universe is recognizing that this just is not, you're meant for better, you're destined for better. This path ahead, even though you don't know exactly what these new beginnings are. I mean, some of you may know, but you may not know all of the specifics, and so you have to kind of just take a leap of faith, right? With the Angel of Faith card. But it's time for these changes to happen for you. We have the Knight of Swords. It's time for this. Oh, I don't think you can see that. Let me move these up a little bit for you. It's time for you to be the Knight of Swords. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to have faith. It's time for you to forgive yourself for being in this situation too long. Or it's time to forgive other people who kind of helped you to stay in this situation. So it is what it is. It's time to move on. And be like the Knight of Swords. Go after your passion. What would make you feel like the Knight of Swords? Like, I have to do this. I'm so excited about it. I have to bring this out into the world. I can't wait to show everybody. What would bring that spark back into your life? because it's there. If you're saying, well, I have no idea what this could be, well, it's there. So I really feel that you will, if you don't know what you could be doing or you don't know how to make it happen, I feel like once you kind of clear your energy from this stagnant energy, this energy that was making you feel like someone was taking something from you or a situation was taking something from you, like your energy, once you can kind of cleanse yourself from that, I feel like you will figure it out. You'll have kind of an aha moment. You'll have kind of this a spark, this idea that will kind of catapult you into the this new beginning for you. And look at the Ace of Swords. This is literally what I was just saying. The Ace of Swords is all about new ideas, great ideas, pursuing those ideas, even though there's a level of uncertainty there. So having a moment of clarity, this is that aha moment that I just talked about. And knowing that the situation that you will find yourself in will be so much better than what you had here. And also knowing that anything that you are meant to carry with you from this Tower card, you're going to carry it with you. So let's just say if you are in a relationship and it's just not working anymore and you're starting to feel stuck and depressed and lonely, even though you're in a relationship. So if something like that is happening, and this is just an example, this doesn't apply to everybody. If you're meant to still be friends with that person, once you let go of the actual relationship, like the romantic relationship, which there might not even be any romance left anymore. If you're meant to be friends, then you will still be friends. So that's kind of what I'm saying. If you're in a job and you're meant to move on from that job, but you're meant to still have some of those contacts at that job, or you're meant to carry some of those skills into your next job, you will still carry those people or those things in some regard in your life as you move on with this new idea. The Ace of Pentacles. So moving on from what's no longer working, finding out what it is that you want in your life, these new ideas, and pursuing these new ideas, even though you don't know exactly where that road is going. It's opening the door for you to abundance, to not just money abundance, but with the Nine of Cups here, it's like you finding your dream, what will make you happy. So you're finding inner abundance, tranquility, kind of this feeling of such gratitude that you took those steps to follow a passion, or just getting out of the situation that was no longer working and taking a deep breath and saying, you know what, I would rather be doing this than that, and pursuing that, and then really seeing how things start to come together for you once you release that kind of stagnant energy. And we have the Knight of Wands, and look at this, you have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. I think that once you take those steps, things will start to happen a lot quicker for you than they ever could have worked out when you were still in the Tower card energy, right? So it's like, for some of you, there's something you've always wanted to do, and for others of you, you can't figure it out because your energy is so cloudy. But I feel like for all of you, once you start taking those steps forward, once you start taking steps trying to figure out what it is, what is this new idea, you're going to be so energized. Like, some of you might be thinking, well, I can't do that right now. I am so exhausted. I don't have any energy to do anything else in the day. But I see that changing once you start moving forward. and start embracing kind of like this new you. The Eight of Cups, this is exactly what I just said. Once you walk away from this, once you embrace the Tower card, because it's no longer working, it's not going to work. Whatever the situation is, Spirit is telling, this isn't me saying it, this is Spirit saying that whatever the situation is that's stuck, that won't move forward, that you can't even move sideways, you're just there in feeling like you're suffocating. Nothing's really going to reach its full potential in that situation. So once you walk away from it, it's no longer working. Once you walk away from it, you find more balance within yourself, which then allows you the room in your mind and in your body even to think about something different. So this is the key here. We have the Hermit card. It is time for you to take time for yourself. You can no longer be in a situation where it's literally like sucking the life out of you. Something about the situation that you're in, it's literally, it's like almost like making you feel like there's no other option. Because you've either been, broken down, like your self-esteem has been broken down, or your energy has been broken down, or you've just really become so comfortable that now you're just afraid of change. So the key to all of this is taking some time to yourself, evaluating things a little bit, thinking, what would make me happy? And do you see this here? On the clock here, it says 11:11. So your spirit guides are trying to give you signs that there's something better waiting for you. Look at this here, the moons here in different phases. You're ready for a new phase. This is number 9. So things are starting to change. A better situation, like the 9 of Cups, is waiting for you. On the other side of this, and then we have the key here. You have the key to make your life better. You have it within you. All you need to do is just kind of take a deep breath. Even if you're still in this situation here, try to find a sense of tranquility so that you can start to think a little bit about what are the next steps, because it's your time. It's your time for a new beginning. So I believe that is all that Spirit has to say to you today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading, my website is linked down below. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Crazy Lace Agate, and this is your feather card. Okay, you have Owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So Spirit is saying that the signs you've been getting, the feelings that you've been getting, that it's time to move on from a particular situation, those things are correct. And to keep listening to your intuition, that it's going to lead you into a new, more positive situation, a new situation that's more meant for you right now. Because wherever you've been recently, I feel like you've completed everything that you were supposed to complete there. Your work is done there. And it's time to move on. So it can be that, or it could be that a situation is no longer working for you and it's time to move on. So no matter what the circumstance is, whether or not you know exactly what this new beginning is going to be for you, keep listening to your intuition, because you're going to keep getting more signs and more more of an idea about what comes next. Okay. What else can you tell us for pile number 1? We're looking at new beginnings that are happening right now. Watch for signs. I think that's what I just said. Is this just one card? Okay, it looked like there might be 2 there. So like I said, keep watching for the signs, especially with this card. Oh, and follow the moon, which is your intuition. So you have 2 cards here telling you to follow your intuition. So definitely keep watching for signs. And I feel like as you start to take steps forward and away from the situation that you're leaving, you're going to start to get more signs. It's like once the universe sees you taking those initial steps and being brave and moving forward into, for some of you, it might be moving into the unknown, because I feel like for some of you, you don't know where you're going, but you know that you just need to move forward. And so keep watching for the signs. The universe is going to be sending you signs. The universe, with all of the butterflies here, the universe is going to reward you taking the steps toward this transformation. So just keep listening to that intuition. It is definitely going to help guide you. Okay, what else can you tell us? What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? Now this one here is really calling me for some reason. Is that just one? I don't know why these feel bigger. Oh, synchronicity. How awesome is that? So watch for the signs. You're going to start to see how things are lining up for you. And what is that? So that's what, 10:16, I think, on the clock, 10:16. So I don't know if that means anything to any of you, but I just wanted to point that out. So divine timing. Okay, so following your intuition, listening to your intuition, and making moves based on your intuition. You're going to see people coming into your life, situations coming into your life, you walking into situations, all of these things happening at the right time, being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people at the right time, things lining up for you. So again, I want to say this again, don't be scared, because for some of you, you don't know where these changes are taking you. I feel like some of you kind of felt stagnant, or you felt like it just kind of this inner feeling that I shouldn't be where I am anymore. I need to make some changes. But some of you don't know what those changes are. Just have faith and be brave and be confident moving forward, knowing that you're taking the right steps, and the universe is going to reward you for that bravery. Okay. What else do you want to tell us today for pile number 2? New beginnings happening now. Angel of Adventure, number 1. Wow. So again, when you go on an adventure, you don't always know exactly where you're going, right? But you're going to get signs. Look at all these feathers here. So you're going to get signs from the universe. Have you seen feathers kind of just laying on your path when you're walking outside, or, you know, just kind of popping up somewhere and you're like, how did that get there? Well, when you start taking those steps forward, you're going to get signs that, yes, you're on the right path. Yes, this is going to start to make sense. Things are going to line up for you. And look at this. This is the angel back here. So your spirit guides are literally going to be with you the whole way. As you move forward, they're going to be there with you. They're going to be guiding you. They're going to make sure that you are on the right path. So just keep the faith, and know that you're about to start something new. And look at these people here. These people are happy, they're having fun. So I really feel that you're going to enjoy this. You're going to really kind of find yourself. I feel like you're going to your soul path is really going to start to line up with where you're going, where you're moving toward. Angel of Wisdom. So I feel like for some of you, you need to do some soul searching before stepping forward. What is it that your soul is longing for? Why are you here on this earth? What are you supposed to accomplish in this lifetime? Because I feel like for some of you, either what you were doing wasn't fulfilling for you, or it was fulfilling at one point, but you've kind of outgrown this situation. And for some of you, that might be causing a little bit of, like, I'm getting like sadness, confusion, things like that, because you don't know exactly why things are changing. Because I feel like for some of you, it's like this change is inevitable. Like, it's something that you just can't stay in the situation where you were. It's just not working for you anymore. And I feel like taking a pause to figure out what is your next move is going to be really, really good for you. So this might be, in this pile, this might be a situation that's moving a little bit slower for you. Because here I'm seeing taking time out for yourself. What do you want to do? What will make you happy? Where are you going next? What's your next move? And I see your spirit guides just waiting for you to figure it out, guiding you to help you figure it out. So I think patience is going to be like patience and intuition, which are things that will really help you in general. But I think for this group, those two things are really kind of standing out a bit right now. Let's look at your tarot cards now. What else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? New beginnings happening now. The King of Wands. You're supposed to be doing something that really inspires you, something you have passion for. It's something that you create on your own, something that may even inspire other people too, is what I'm getting here. I feel that once you figure out exactly what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to have a flood of inspiration, and then there's going to be no stopping you going forward. You have the Emperor. Yeah. So, especially with this Emperor card, you see here how is somebody going to help you, like an actual person, opposed to a spirit guide, although the person could be one of your spirit guides as well. But you see here how this person is taking a rest, and then the Emperor over here is almost seems like they're telling a story, or they're waiting or something like that. Remember I told you that this might be a little bit slower moving process for you, and to take your time and think about things, think about what you want, think about what you want to grow, because you have the ability, you have the skills, you have the determination to take an idea, and especially with the King of Wands here, and kind of put that idea on paper and then bring it to life. So I think it's really important for you right now to really think about what you want to create from this point forward. What is it that inspires you? What is it that you want to do possibly for the rest of your life? What is it that you can do that you can sustain for the long term? So this might have something to do with career for you. We'll see as we go along. We have the Tower card. Okay, so this takes me back to what I was saying earlier, that the situation that you are in now, or that you just left, it's not sustainable. this new idea that you're going to have will be sustainable, but where you are right now or where you were, it's not sustainable. It is something that all of the pieces weren't there. Certain things didn't fit into the plan. And so whether you walk away from it or not, it's still going to be coming to an end. It can't keep you afloat any longer. So what you need to do is allow that process to happen. I think that things are going to fall apart, if you will, at the perfect time. With synchronicity, things are going to come to an end at the perfect time for you to start something new. We have the Queen of Cups. It's going to be divine timing, but it's also your time. It is your time to move forward with something. Is there something you've been thinking about, something that really inspires you? Again, we're talking about intuition here with the Queen of Cups. This is a very, very intuitive card. So what are the signs that you've been getting? Where are these signs directing you to? What are the synchronicities that you've been noticing? What are these things trying to tell you? Because where they're trying to take you is to a place where you have more balance in your life. You have, because we might be talking about career here, you have a work-life balance. You enjoy what you're doing. You want to go to work in the morning. You want to do these things, and you're feeling more fulfilled in your life. You're feeling like financially, you're feeling more secure. You're feeling more balanced in that area of your life. And also there is something about giving back or helping other people or being an inspiration to other people. So maybe you have noticed somebody doing something and you're saying, gosh, I wish I could do that. I don't know how to do that. But that could be one of your signs. Why are you feeling inspired by this person? There's a way that you can do it too. We have the Ace of Wands. There's definitely a way that you can do it too. And once you get a hold of this idea, once you have an understanding of what it is that you want to do, you're going to grow this idea. Your creativity is going to increase. You're going to be able to lay out the plans for what you want to do, and then you're going to be able to start pursuing those plans. For some of you, I don't know, I feel like you're moving somewhere. Maybe you would be moving somewhere to accept a new job or start a new career, or possibly even go back to school, and you have to, maybe you got accepted to a school in a different state, or maybe studying abroad or something like that. And in order to do that, you have to move there. So that's pretty specific, but that just came up for some of you here with this card. Okay, what else do we have here? The Six of Cups. So I feel like this might have been something that you once wanted to pursue, but life got in the way and you had to put that idea on hold. And now Spirit is saying, now is the time, especially if you're feeling with your intuition, especially if you're feeling like, if you've had a lot of thoughts lately about this idea, if somebody has talked about this idea, if somehow with synchronicity, maybe you were out somewhere and you overheard somebody talking about something that made you remember this idea that you had. Now's the time to pursue it. This is your time. This reading in itself is a sign for you that it's time for you to let go of what you've been holding on to or what was holding on to you, and pursue something else, something that is meant for you, something that you possibly put on hold. The Eight of Swords. Let me move this up. I don't think you can quite see that. With the Eight of Swords, I'm feeling like you kind of found yourself in a situation that you didn't know how to get out of, or you weren't sure if you should get out of a situation. You weren't sure how to move on from the situation. And what Spirit is saying here is that there is a way out. It's actually quite simple. You just need to take a leap of faith. So you need to let go of your fear. You need to take a leap of faith. And maybe you need to change things just slightly. So maybe you think, well, I can't jump down. I can't take a leap of faith because there's all these swords right here. Well, you know what you could do is just turn a little bit to the side here and jump off the side. You know, just, it's really not that high, because if this person just scooted down a little bit, you know, they might have a foot or so to before their feet hit the ground. So you're not actually stuck. And I feel that with the Tower card here, that I feel there's two options. You can either wait until things come crashing down, or you can exit the situation now. Does that make sense? So, and it doesn't have to be like, when I say now, it doesn't mean like today. It's just thinking about, okay, this isn't working, what's next? Because the situation is not meant to last forever. This one that you've been in. And because you're in the situation, your thought process might be a little bit cloudy. So taking some time. Remember I told you this might be a little bit slower moving process for you in the beginning, because I feel like once you get started, you're really going to have a lot of inspiration. And I think part of the problem is that you feel like you're stuck right now, but you're really not. We have the Four of Swords. Definitely another card of taking your time, resting, knowing that you're protected. So understand, Spirit wants you to understand that even though this situation is not meant to be forever, you're being protected. What is not meant to be, what is not meant for you any longer, was never meant to be with you forever. So have faith. See, with this card, this person knows that they're not supposed to be sitting up here anymore, but they're very, very stressed about leaving the situation. So know that leaving the situation, you're going to be protected. We have the Page of Wands. And not only are you going to be protected, but once you leave the situation, that's where your inspiration comes from. At least one really, really good idea. So what Spirit is saying that you need here is you need to listen to your intuition. You need confidence knowing that you are going to be protected on this new journey. And the third thing that I'm seeing so far, Spirit is saying to listen to your intuition. If you have a couple different ideas, where is your intuition really drawing you to? What seems like the best option? And once you get that idea, gather any information that you might need and then go forward. Don't let anything get in your way. Because you see how the Page of Wands here has an idea. They're thinking about it. And when the time is right, take action on it, because this train is coming forward. It's almost time for this person to jump on the train and move forward. That's why we have the Synchronicity card. So if you're still in the Tower card, right? If you're still staying where you're uncomfortable, but you feel more comfortable, than leaving the situation and moving forward, right? Because for some people, the thought of change is scarier than being in a situation that is uncomfortable already to begin with. But if you do that, you're going to miss an opportunity. You're going to miss your synchronistic time. So this needs to happen first. You need to remove yourself from that situation. And with the Tower card says that if you don't take the steps to remove yourself from a situation, the universe will do it for you. Because the universe, your spirit guides, want what's best for you. And they know what's best for you. So just keep that in mind. We have the Queen of Pentacles right below the Queen of Cups and the Angel of Adventure. So this new beginning for you, if you listen to your intuition, if you act on your intuition, even though you're scared, if you do all of those things, success is yours. Look at this. You have the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles, just to name a few here. So with the Queen of Pentacles, this is someone who has found success, someone who followed their inspiration and their intuition, and who became successful in their own right, someone who pursued their goals, someone who didn't give in to fears about, how am I going to make it happen? This is someone who really watched for the signs as they moved forward. Someone who's very, very successful, who has a lot of abundance, who has a lot of inner abundance, happiness, fulfillment, and also outer abundance with money, finances, the things that you want in your life that make you feel comfortable. Okay, all of these things coming to you because you took a chance on this idea and you listened to your intuition. We have the Hermit card. Don't be afraid to take your time, because there's a mixture here of cards that are moving quickly, like the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands, and cards that are a little slower moving, like the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So when you're inspired, when you have this idea, because I feel like you may get a couple different ideas. So for each idea that you get, really, really take a moment to sit and think, how are you feeling about this? How do you feel about the situation that you are about to leave? Because it's also important that you don't repeat this situation. So how did you end up here? And how are you going to not end up here again? And also, as you're taking time to evaluate things, to look into the universe for what it is that you truly, truly want to do next in your life. Also take time to watch for the signs, evaluate the signs. Think about where your intuition is guiding you. Because this is another sign with the Hermit card that you're about to enter a new phase. There's something better for you that's on the other side of this uncertainty and this fear that you have here. All of the details that you're wondering about here, they're on their way to you. Literally, look at, you have watch for signs and synchronicity. If you need any more of a sign, it's literally right here, okay? So take your time. So I feel like the mixture that we have here in taking things slowly but moving forward, I feel like taking your time to understand what the next steps are. But then once you have that intuition telling you, no, this is it, I know this is it, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, then start moving forward swiftly, with certainty. We have the Justice card. So by doing this, okay, you're going from the Tower card where things seem to be falling apart to a place of balance. With the Justice card, you've been able to balance what I've been talking about with slowing down and moving forward swiftly. So finding a medium balance so that as you're moving forward, especially with the wands here, you move forward swiftly, but you're still problem solving along the way. You're still evaluating things along the way. You're not going so fast that you're missing little details, which might be how you ended up in the Tower card to begin with. This also represents cutting things away that no longer belong on your journey moving forward. So if you're going on a happy adventure, don't take anything with you that doesn't belong on this new adventure. Learn what you need to learn from the situation and then remove yourself from it and move forward. And you're going to be successful. Luck is on your side with this new adventure that you're going to be stepping into. And I do think it has something to do with your career. So listen to your intuition with the steps that you're going to be taking moving forward. I think it has something to do with either your career or an actual move somewhere. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. And you can if you want a private reading from me, you can do that. You can book a reading on my website, which is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the Lavender Fluorite point. And this is your feather card. You have Turkey. Honor your own time of harvest. Offer your gifts and blessings as service to the greater good. So I feel like moving from one phase into another, I feel like some of you are changing your career or maybe starting to volunteer or something. I feel that you have some sort of gift and perhaps you've been getting signs that it's time for you to step out into the world with this gift. And this gift could be anything. This could be, anything that you have passion for. This could be, if you're an artist, this could be you wanting to pursue your own business, something that you really have passion for, helping people, helping animals, whatever it is, this is spirit trying to give you signs that yes, it's time to take that step. So if you've been thinking about changing something, pursuing a passion of yours, trying to make money with that passion, whatever it is, this is your time. This is a sign for you that it's time for you to start taking those steps forward. And also being in tune, like your intuition being in tune with divine timing in your life. Because remember, honor your own time of harvest. So whatever is the perfect time for you is the perfect time. I feel like don't listen to what society says about you should do this at this time and this at that time. Don't listen to what other people say. Listen to what you say. Okay? Let's see. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Celebration. So you moving forward with this idea, with this project, this move, whatever it is, it's going to be a celebration. Moon dance. It's going to make you want to sing and dance, literally. And I feel like other people are going to be celebrating with you or for you. I feel like you're really going to be making waves or big moves or something going on kind of in that realm. And you're going to be celebrated. Whatever this move is that you're going to be doing, you're going to be so celebrated you're going to be celebrated, your ideas are going to be celebrated, and you yourself are going to be celebrating that you took a chance, that you pursued your passion, your idea, and you're going to be celebrating so much your success. So we have moonlit, embrace uncertainty. So I feel like this is kind of a common theme in these readings today with embrace uncertainty. So I feel like you don't know exactly where you're going, exactly how it's going to work out. Like you have maybe an idea, you know that you're about to embark on something, but you can't quite see the whole picture yet. But you know that your time is here. It's just this inner knowing that you have saying, okay, it's time for me to pursue this idea. It's time for me to do something different with my life. And I feel like once you start taking those steps, the path is going to be illuminated for you a little bit at a time. So definitely listening to your intuition and just starting, right? Because I feel like a lot of times when we don't know what we're doing, okay, that's fine, but what is the initial idea? And once you can kind of verbalize that initial idea and go from there, then once you get step 1 done, then step 2 is a little bit clearer, kind of like walking down this path. If there's like little planks of wood on this walkway here, it's like, well, once you get to step 1, then you can already see step 2. So then it's okay to take step 2. And then once you complete step 2, well, all of a sudden you can see step 3. So does that make sense? So I see it kind of coming together for you as you move along. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? New beginnings happening now. Angel of the night sky. Yes, you're going to be divinely guided along your path, even when you can't see things clearly. So ask your guides for help. Really get in touch with your intuition, those spirit guides. Look for signs. I also feel like you're going to get signs. With these feathers falling here, I feel like things are literally almost going to fall into your lap. Synchronicities, things lining up when you least expect it also. And seeing growth. I think that things are going to start to move and grow for you before you can actually physically see them. So just keep the faith with that. Angel of procrastination. So for some of you, have you been waiting to do this for a while? Or have other people thought that you've been procrastinating? Because remember here, honor your own time of harvest. This is when you want to do things. No one else can tell you when the right time is. So don't be afraid to sit with your thoughts and figure things out as you go along your path. So remember how I talked about the steps moving forward? If you get to step 1, don't be afraid to take your time and figure out what is the next step. Because here, this card is Angel of Procrastination, but here I don't really see procrastination. I see thoughts. I see you more meditating than procrastinating. So it may look to other people like you're procrastinating. But with this open book here, in this card, I see you thinking about what is my next step. So don't be afraid to slow down and to evaluate things as you move forward. Okay, these are kind of... Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3? New beginnings that are happening now. I feel like that card wants to come out. Okay, what else can you tell us? I feel like that one wants to come out too. Let's start with these two. Okay, the Queen of Cups. What is it that would make you happy? What would make you feel fulfilled? Again, I feel like there's you being of service. I feel like this pile number 3, there's something about giving back, about moving into a career or a hobby or volunteering or something like that, that has to do with helping other people, helping the underdog, helping the underserved, or helping other people in one aspect or another. This could be healing, so going into like a healing field, whether that's counseling or, acupuncture, Reiki, whatever it is. Animals, helping animals too. Helping animals find homes, fostering animals, something like that. So I feel like in your nature, you have a very caring, giving nature. And perhaps what you've been doing hasn't really been, I'm just going to set this on top here, hasn't really been allowing you to pursue that side of your personality. And I feel like now is the time. It's your time. It's your time to shine, and it's your time to give back to other people. Okay, this is the other card that came out. Let's see. We have the 5 of Swords. Okay. With the 5 of Swords, and there's something about the procrastination card that's connected to this. I'll figure out what that is as we go along here. But with the 5 of Swords, it's okay to walk away from something that's no longer working. It's okay to call a truce. So let's say that you are working, you have a job, and it's been working out great for you up until recently, where you've been feeling a little anxious. You've been feeling like, for some of you, I feel like it's kind of just a general angst kind of feeling where you can't quite put your finger on it, but it's just something's not quite right anymore. Something's not feeling fulfilling anymore. And I think that's where we get this embrace uncertainty. So embrace that feeling. What does that feeling mean? What does it mean? Because to me, with the 5 of Swords card, you see there's 2 figures back here. To me, that means calling it a day. When it's no longer fulfilling for you, like, you don't have to keep doing this particular thing because at one point in time you committed to it. So at one point in time, you, for instance, started a job, you were very passionate about it, you were very excited about it, but it's not there anymore. If you're in a relationship and it's just become a little bit stagnant, it's become too much work, it's okay to walk away from it. And so I think that this might be something that some of you need to work on in embracing this change that's coming up for you. It's okay to walk away from something. You don't have to stay in this situation until the bitter end. It's okay to just call it a day now. If that's what you need, it's okay to do that. We have the Emperor. With the Emperor, the only way that you're going to become the Emperor, the ruler of your universe, creating this new life for yourself, is by removing yourself from the situation. That's how you get to become the Emperor. So Spirit is showing me that you're not celebrating life right now. You're not feeling excited. You're not feeling like you are helping people. Like, there's something kind of missing in your life right now. And the way to get there, the way to celebrate life and celebrate the way that you're spending your time in your life, is to move forward and be bold moving forward, knowing that you can accomplish this. All you have to do is put your mind to it, and you will accomplish your goals that you have been thinking about here. The King of Wands. I mean, seriously, you have the King of Wands and the Emperor sitting next to each other. This is you leveling up in your life. This is you having an idea of how you want to see your life, what you want to be doing with your life, and having the intuition, being brave enough to know when to end a situation that's not fulfilling for you anymore. And then figuring out exactly what it is that you want to do, creating a game plan, and moving forward and making those transformations in your life. The World card, yeah, making those transformations in your life. The World card also points to what we're talking about in this reading. New beginnings happening now, something ending which will usher in the new beginnings. The way that you're going to get to the World card is through the Five of Swords. You have to go through the Five of Swords. You have to be brave enough to call an end to this situation. And this doesn't have to be a bad situation. It's just not fulfilling to you anymore. I definitely feel like there's something that you want to do. I feel like it has something to do with either a healing field, inspiring other people, helping children, helping animals, the underserved. You want to make a difference in the world. I feel like you see a lot of pain and suffering in the world, and you want to help that cause. And I feel like you will definitely make huge progress in this field once you step forward into this world. The Hermit card. This is what I was saying earlier. This takes me back to when I was talking about taking one step and then you will have a light. Like you'll be able to see step number 2 from step number 1. This also has to do with making necessary changes in your life and being on the verge of bringing those ideas to life. I feel like at some point you came to the realization that I'm not doing what I want to be doing. I'm not actually living my purpose in this life. And again, Spirit wants you to know that if you take a time out to figure out exactly what it is that you want to do, if you want to take time out to meditate, to figure out all the details, you're not procrastinating, you are brainstorming. And pretty soon, all of these ideas are going to come to light and everything is going to make sense. And then everything is going to start to line up for you. So you're on your time. Now, you can stay in the situation here while you're figuring this out. You can definitely do that. Just like allow yourself a sense of protection here so that you don't get caught up in the fact that you're still here when you want to be here and here. Does that make sense? So embrace that things might be taking a little bit of time. Like, that's fine. We're on your time. Remember, honor your own time of harvest. If you really tune into your intuition, you will know when it's time to take those next steps. We have the Nine of Swords. So you don't need to worry about anything. Things will line up for you exactly as they're supposed to line up for you. Why are you so worried? Are you worried because you don't know how all of the details are going to work out, because you don't have all the details? Are you worried that you're going to have to leave the situation here? Because the Nine of Swords talks about having an intense fear about something, but there's really no reason for that fear. Like, your greatest fear is most likely not going to happen. So Also, what I just got is that this represents the people that you want to help. This represents like the animals you want to help, the children, the people, the situations that you want to make things better. It's like you may see suffering in this world, and you, because of your caring nature, you want to help fix that. You want to help people's situations. You want to help animals. Whatever it is, it's like you seeing this pain that other people or creatures are going through, and you want to do something about it. It's like you can't go another day not helping the situation. We have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you've had these ideas for a while, you just haven't acted on them. And I think part of the reason why you haven't acted on them is because of your ties to this other situation here. I think some of you may have gotten to a point where you're feeling very comfortable, and some of you may have a fear of change. But I feel like once you start moving forward, once you embrace change and pursuing something that you have passion for, I feel like you're going to be glad that you started moving on this path. And I think that you will find that once you get moving on this path, you're going to feel even more comfortable than you did before. Does that make sense though? Even though for some of you, even though you want to be doing something different, it's like, well, just knowing what every day has in store for you is comforting. But I feel like once you get immersed into this new phase of your life, you're never going to want to leave it, because you're going to know in your soul, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. I feel also that things are going to be moving a little bit slower for you, but once you get started, you're going to see progress. Other people are going to see your progress. You are going to be slowly helping other people, assisting other people. And not only that, but I feel like other people are going to be guided towards you. So if you're wanting to get into a field where you're helping other people or animals or whatever it is, it's going to be kind of like a word of mouth where people will say, oh, this person is very, very skilled with this. So if you're helping people get a job, if you're helping people get back into the workforce, which is just an example, but if that's what your passion is, you know, you're going to get those first few people into a good job. You're going to start helping those first few people, and then other people are going to hear about you. If you're helping get animals adopted, if, you know, let's say your dream is to open up a rescue center and getting these animals adopted, word of mouth is going to happen. It's going to, people are going to notice you. People are going to come to you. Your services are going to be welcomed and appreciated. We have the Eight of Cups. The only way that that's going to happen, though, is by moving forward, by accepting the Five of Swords, accepting that you've done everything that you can do, realizing that you gave all that you could, and that it's just time to move on. This doesn't have to be a negative situation. It's just there's no more to give in this phase that you're ending, right? There's nothing else there, and that's okay. Some people also have like an issue with moving on from something because they feel like, well, I once committed, so I have to stay committed no matter what. But no, that's not true. You have free will to move on. Remember to honor your time of harvest. If it's your time, it's your time. And someone else will fill your place over here. So don't worry about that if that's an issue that you've had on your mind. So this is your time. This is your time to shine. So don't be afraid to move forward. We have the King of Swords. Everything's going to make sense. Everything is going to line up for you. This transformation, I feel like sometimes it's going to feel like it's going too quickly. Other times it's going to feel like it's going too slow. Other times you're going to have no idea what you're doing or no idea how things are going to line up. But what's important is that you slow down your thought process. Don't worry about all of the details. What you need to worry about is listening to your intuition and knowing that it's time for this change. Transformation is on its way to you, so you might as well embrace it, because you're going to end up in such a place of celebration. Remember, the first card that we pulled here, not this card, but the first one that we pulled here is celebration. Can you get a better card? Okay, so the chaos is going to dissipate. Everything's going to make sense. And people are going to look up to you. You're going to have this ability to see things, to see what needs to be done, to link the right people together, to do this and do that and get things done. And you're really, really, really going to make a huge difference in people's lives. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So definitely take your time. Embrace the changes. Things have already started to change for you. You just haven't seen everything that's changing yet. And take time, especially being right below the Hermit card, as you move forward. Don't forget that you're on your time. If somebody is pressuring you saying, well, you've been working on this for a month now, where are you? Where's your progress? Well, no. You're on your time. You're not procrastinating. You're brainstorming. You're working things out as you're going along. So I do feel that this is a slower moving process for you, but you're in the beginning stages of ending one phase and moving into another phase. So embrace this time and know that what you're doing, what you want to be doing, is going to really make such a huge difference in the world, and that the universe wants you to pursue this. This is something that's going to help a lot of people or a lot of animals, whatever it is, because it's like this gentle, caring nature that you have is meant for, like, something in your soul energy is meant to build something big, but it's like has a helping nature to it. So I hope that made sense. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a private reading with me, you can do so on my website, which is listed in the description box down below.